Good morning, traders. Good morning, traders. Let's see what we have today. We started a bit late due to our, let's just say we've got some serious issues in my country, so we can't really have scheduled sessions like we did. But I will update you guys as soon as things are going well. But for now, we'll stick to the 6 a.m. GMT, and then should anything change, I'll just update you guys. So there we go. I'm gonna start from scratch. So usually I do this before, but today didn't have the resources to do that, so I'll just do it with you guys live, and then we'll take it from there. Awesome. So okay, we're gonna start at the arcade here on the daily chart, looking at what we really established yesterday. And yesterday we had a pretty nice zone from this level which we missed, but the idea is still valid. So what I'm going to do is to just zoom into it a bit more so I can just share with you guys what's happening on this trade. I'm gonna leave the first one as well. So we will be focusing on the second trade idea. So what that means now, this one here, it's still valid as well, because we should be getting this level here is potentially going to get wiped very soon. So we should just be wary of that. And then what we see here is some nice zones which we'll be working with, of course. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down to the 4-hour time frame so I can just share with you guys what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at this area here. Apologies about that. I'm leaving this here as well, because when price does get to that area, we will be shorting it. But for now, we'll be shorting this one in the short term. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing here. There's this level here, which is pretty interesting, area of liquidity. So I'm expecting price to basically pop out here, grab as much security as possible, and drop all the way down. And because we do not like trading positions with a very high SL range, we're going to be looking at, there we go, we'll be looking at this zone here. We're using this candle here to pick our very nice entry level and stop loss range, and then we'll be scrolling down to the lowest level, of course. And then once we get to the lowest level, it'll, or not even the lowest level, even the 15 minutes is fine. So it gives us a solid stop loss range. Just on 6 pips, not bad at all. We could go down further into the 5 minute and 1 minute. Then we're going to get some pretty nice SL range, but we'll leave it at the 15. And then scroll back up to the 1 hour. And then I'm just going to show you guys how this trade is going to look and why. So we've got this entry zone here. So what other people do, and sometimes I do it when I'm like good in the money and I've made quite a couple of gains for the week or for the day, I tighten my stop even further and I go for halfway of this level, and then go for a short in that zone. But we'll not be doing that today. We're going to be focusing on this level here, just below, and then put that over there. If you guys have some questions, just drop me a Q there on the chat and I will get to it. Just in that level there. There we go. And then there we go. And usually we target 1 to 3, 1 to 5, 1 to 8, 1 to 10, and then beyond. So it's a 9 pip stop loss, give or take. Stop loss range. Okay, that's good. And then we will be targeting some good areas. Mainly this zone, we're going to be watching it. So when price gets to this level, we will need to watch it. And then the zone as well will be watching. But we are looking for potentially longer drop. So we're looking for it to actually drop down into this imbalance zone here and potentially hit this low here. We'll start prepping for a long. But for now, that's what we have. Okay, so that's how this position looks on the ARCAD. Let's wait for it and hopefully it'll trigger. Let me remove my alerts because I'm starting this from scratch. Awesome. What time frame am I using on the auto block? It depends. So for example, on the daily, I focus on the zones, their levels, the liquidity zones, imbalances, and then I look at the 4 hour as well and the 1 hour. So those are my crux, or that are my viewpoints that I'm working from. And then I scroll down all the way from a 15 minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute to find the perfect entry zone. Well, there's no perfect entry zone, but the perfect place for me to enter with a good SL range, and then drop from there or go up from there. That's how I'm looking at this one. And then okay, so that's how this position, we're going to be looking at it from the zone. And then I'm just going to mark that as well. So let me just mark these with a different color. Let's go blue for today. Awesome. And then that's what we have. So we've got this first trade entry, first tee off, which is a better view. We've got this one here. We'll be targeting this minor liquidity here. And then if you scroll down into the, let's go back into the 1 hour. just so I can give you guys sorry about that, so I can give you guys a nice view. There we go. Okay, and then go down below again, open that 15. Look at that. That's just a beautiful, 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 beautiful. It's actually a perfect trend line. And this is where you know a lot of people are going to fall victim to this. So all these orders that are laying in these levels, all these orders here, all of them are going to be taken. And that's going to be pretty interesting thing to work with. Awesome. So this is where we are. And I can see here on the 15-minute, there's a level. This is when you start looking at the short-term trading opportunities. There's a level here that will probably be taken out first. And once it does get taken out, it'll trigger our entry and then drop all the way down to grab all these orders here where all this liquidity is. And then go down here. Now, usually I set alerts. Okay, something is wrong with my streaming. Start receiving in a video. Okay, let me just open this again. It looks pretty fine to me. Okay, hopefully it will get back to normal. There we go. So that's what we're looking at for this OCAD position. And we'll see how it goes from there. So I'm going to set an alert just below my area of interest and then wait for price to get into that zone. Then I'll just watch price action in the smaller time frames and then potentially get in if it gets triggered, or if I see that there's room for more movements up. Okay, there we go. I'm going to drop this in our Telegram channel. There's a first trade idea. Okay. And then we're going to drop into the AUD Swiss franc. I already took a look at the calendar here, so there's not really much we should be wary of. So we're still good to go. Still good to go. Yeah. EU. Yeah, I'll probably skip that. Okay. Awesome, Claudia. It's working for you. So we got this one yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't think it's yesterday, actually. Last week. There was a nice swing down here. I'm pretty sure I posted this one yesterday. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So with this one, I'm actually gonna remove. Actually, let me just move this here. Okay. Oh, no, a nice trigger here at the top. I don't know how we missed that, but it happens. So at the bottom, we've got a nice long position coming soon. We missed it. I don't know, but I don't like this wick here. It's making me very uncomfortable. So I'll probably not even trade this position, and if I do, I'll be targeting an entry very low, extremely low. And if it does get to that level, we would see a potential major drop even further down. So I would skip this pair for now. I'm actually going to reanalyze this from scratch soon. AUD. There's a beautiful entry. This was a good 1 to 3, but the stop loss was just a bit too much for me. Okay, so I'm going to focus on this area here. I'm going to focus on that area, potentially, or even focus on this area here. Okay, let me just move that. Okay, so somewhere around this zone here. I'm going to also focus on that area. And then I'm going to drop down and look at the 4-hour time frame and see what's happening with this pairs. There's a massive imbalance here, which I do not like, and it'll potentially be filled pretty soon. Pretty soon. So I probably wouldn't even trade this top, but I would trade a short with this one. I would go down, not up. So I'd probably even extend this a bit more. And then what I'll potentially do with this one and target these areas here. Potentially I would look at a short after it grabs some of the liquidity at the top. So I'd want price to come and grab these. And this area here. And then potentially have a entry level somewhere there, targeting the drop. So this is a type of position I would enter for this pair. Let's drop down to the 1 hour and see what's happening in the 1 hour. Okay, there we go. So in the 1 hour, that's what we're looking at. So potentially filling this imbalance here. Look at that wick there. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Just change that to red. I love using my red. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one here as well. So what I'd be worried with this pair is at this level here. This level right here. And if I take that into consideration, then my SL will be a bit too big. 8.2. So let's look at something like that. Probably be a 10. So I'd wait for this type of position. Let's scroll down to the 15. Then just take a look at what we are working with. Yeah, there's still another balance here that's probably going to get filled. This is on the 15-minute one, and then we've got one here. Okay. And then on the way up, don't see much. And if anybody was actually planning on going up, they'd probably get in from this area and target these imbalances. So another potential one would be for price to basically come down into this level and then go up and then come down all the way. So that's something I would look at, but one trade at a time. And for this specific pair, I'm looking at the sell, not the buy. Okay, there we go. And then if you scroll back down, you'll see all these imbalances and liquidity areas out there. Okay, scrolling back up to the 1 hour. There we go. Got something along these ranges. Okay. And if you want it to be a bit tighter, you would scroll down to the 1 minute and then adjust this level all the way up and take it from there. So this is where I want to enter based on this candle in the previous one. And then if you are a bit risky, you'd enter from here. Either have a wider stop or squeeze it in tighter to focus on this area only, which is not something I would do. So I'll leave it at that. There we go. We've got our AUD USD position lined up and set. Let me just make this slightly bigger for my photo. There we go. This is trade ID 2. And usually because some of these trades, this will potentially take a while to click to trigger. So I wouldn't put an alert just yet. Blue as well. And then cats was Frank. This one was misbehaving yesterday, but we got a couple of trades from it. Just scroll back down to the 1 hour actually, so we can review that quickly. So yesterday there was a short-term trade which basically triggered at this level. So that was our first loss, and then the second one went in, went out to our 1 to 3, and then basically broke even here on 3/3 of the trade, and then went all the way up, came back down, and then I'm not sure if anybody got this move where they got in again at this level, but then again we waited for this position, and then it was triggered around this level here, went up to a 1 to 5, and then came down again. So 2/4 of the position was closed on this one, and then it broke even here. So yeah, that's what we had for this position. So it was a nice 2-in-1. Pretty interesting. Okay, and then we drop up to the daily. So the daily is still giving us a pretty interesting opportunity to get in, especially on the second trade there. Because, okay, let me not erase that. Still giving us a good entry. Very good entry. So with this position, I think if I saw this earlier, I was going to get into this position. But if doesn't work in the markets. So we're looking at something along these ranges using this candle right here. So we're going to go down to the 4-hour again. So now we're trying to find a proper entry. And that's actually a bit too far actually. So let's look at this one here. Okay, then go down to the 1 hour again. Try to find a better view at it. There we go. 15. Yeah, I think that's as defined as we'd want it to be. I mean, anything below this would be pushing it. But yeah, perfection doesn't hurt. Okay, and then scroll back to the 1 hour again. So this would be a good entry. So with this one, I'll probably want to get in right in the middle. So I can just increase this SL range a bit more, and then put in that, and then that, and then go back to this, and then let me just tick this one went well. I'm just gonna put a tick there. This one went well, put a tick there as well. There you go. And then now we're busy with this one. So we will be targeting the usual 1 to 3, 1 to 5, and 1 to 8 and 10. Okay, so with this one, I am going to put an alert, and then wait for price to get into that zone, and then up we go. Awesome. I hope you guys are still with me. You guys are still following what's happening, and then let's see if we can find some other beautiful entries that we can take. So with this one, I saw it, I think it was last week, and then just hold on a second. Okay. Let me just do this quickly. Okay. I will continue shortly. Just give me 5 minutes, good people. Just 5 minutes. And then we will continue. Before we go, I just want to download this shortly. and then just leave it on my screen. Okay, guys, be back in 5. let's get onto it. Okay, so with this pair, we do see a nice range happening there, and then we can see this outlier here. So probably took out that high there. So it's a bit tricky to work with. So what I'll potentially do with this one is tighten it, actually get closer, and I'll probably want to go for, just want to show you something quickly. You see this one right there, that one was closed, that was closed. So let's go down to the 4 hour here and just see what's going on here. Okay, there's a bit too much happening for this, and I don't like that. Key zone here in the 4 hour, key zone here in the 4 hour. So if we were to get into the zone and try to play around this area, we would potentially find some pretty good short trades. Look at that massive wick, and that one. Yeah, so usually pairs like these I would definitely skip and focus on to the next one and see if I can find anything better. Okay, so there's another position I saw yesterday, and I still think it's valid. We could get a nice short, but we're potentially going to focus on this level here at the top. So I'm going to remove, actually not remove it, let me just, because we did suffer a loss on this one. So this was definitely a loss. There we go. Put it up here. Okay. But then again, I still think we've got a nice potential to go down here with this one. And if we wait for it patiently, we will find a good area to short. So we can watch. Let me just open this here. There we go. So with this one, I'd still want to get in from this. I think I'm going to focus on trade 1 and then take it from there, because now this high must still be taken. So if you scroll down to the 4 hour, you'll see just what I'm talking about. So let me just make this slightly smaller, because that's the loss that we suffered yesterday. Okay, so it created some zones here. So what we are going to do is just move this to the front, and then just widen the stop a bit, and then take it from there. So we're looking at this type of setup. So I'd want price to come take out these highs here and probably trigger us in on this one here. I'm just going to scroll down a bit. There you go. And then take a look at this here. Brilliant. So we're going to scroll down to the 1 hour and see what we have. What can we see? Okay, so this was old, it's gone. So I'm going to remove that imbalance there. And then you can still see these ones here. can still see this one here. Sorry about that. And then you can see this area here. Let me use this. Okay. You can see some nice areas of liquidity that are created there. Let me just drop this here first. That's a loss there. So we want to enter from this level. We'll be aware of these zones here, but we know that price will potentially be targeting this candle's high and then drop even further. Let's take a look at the SL range, just how far it goes. 9.5, just over 9.5, which is not bad. Okay, there we go. So this is where we would potentially want to enter this one. I'm gonna switch it to blue as well. So we are on 4 pairs. Let me drop it onto the channels here. Okay, there we go. So still a bit far, so potentially just wait for it. And then when I just check it again before the New York Open, I'd see where price is and where I'd want to enter. Okay, this is another beautiful one I've been waiting for. So yesterday, did I raise? Yesterday we did manage to catch something on this, but it was very short and short-lived. We caught this position yesterday on this one, and then it hit a 1 to 5, but people probably got stopped out at 1 to 5 or 1 to 3, but it was not bad at all. So that was definitely a win. So now I'm still targeting this area. So it came back again, so already I know that this is a bit of a sensitive area, and the next position that we go into will be a long, of course, and then probably targeting all these liquidity here. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm still waiting for price to actually go to this level, so that's why I keep setting up my maximum targets at that area. I hope you guys are still with me, you guys are still understanding me. So yeah, so this area here is also very important. So price may potentially even come back down to the middle of this, and doesn't have to close the whole thing, whole imbalance, potentially come back down and then push back up again. But yeah, so that's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on this zone here, which is a nice liquidity area here. I'm counting on that to be taken, and then once it's taken, potentially trigger us into a position. So I don't have the exact price as yet, but just move this. So there's a nice area we need to watch out for. So I don't have an exact area of entry, but what I do know is I do not want any big SL range and just above that last wick. So 3.2, we could potentially even stretch it down to around this level here, somewhere there. But when price does get to this area, we would potentially look at tightening the SL range, because we love them with those tight stops. Okay, so this is the position we're looking for. So I'm also going to mark this as well, blue as well, and then we'll see if it does play out our way, and then if it does, then yay, bravo, we will get another win for the day, and then take it from there. There we go. Drop it in here. This is trade idea 4. Trade idea 4. Okay. So that's it for the day, for today's stream. I will be continuing, of course, grabbing looking at opportunities that I could find, and then take those opportunities as well or not. Some I will post on our free channel, and some I'm just gonna leave to the premium guys. So don't forget to subscribe as well, like our video, and then let's get the community growing, guys. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Please drop them, and then I can answer them before I head off. And then let's watch these zones, guys. Let's see what price will do for us today. Any questions, guys? I'm just gonna pause here for a bit, listen to my music, then you guys will let me know if we have any questions here. Okay, yes, okay, so managing trades overnight. So what happens with the overnight trades? So what usually happens is, this is how I personally manage them. You'll decide how you do it. So once price does hit my 123, 125, and then I can still see a huge potential to go up, and there's still a lot of liquidity and imbalances at the top, and then I would probably leave it, but I would adjust my stop to either 123 or 125. So I don't want to leave my trades overnight if they're too close to my entry, and if I haven't taken any partials. So that's how you'd want to do it. So ideally what you can do to be on the safe side is just close the positions. You'll come back in the next day, you'll still find more positions. There's so much opportunities laying there for us. So you don't really have to keep the trades running overnight. Once you hit your 1 to 3, already that's a nice 1.5% if you're using our 0.5% risk per trade, or 3% if you're using the 1% risk per trade. So yeah, you don't have to take all of it. Sometimes you do if it's far enough, but I mean that 1 to 100 gold trade, I mean at 1 to 20 you can literally just leave 25% of the trade and put your stop at 1 to 10 or 1 to 15 and just let it run. And then as it keeps making new milestones, you keep adjusting your stop with the position. So that's how you'd want to handle those type of trades. What else?
I can see the light, but I can also see the bones again.
No, I don't trade the news. I don't think you've checked on my video, or when I start my. So usually when I start my videos, I would look at the economic calendar here. Let me just open it quickly, and then I just don't trade all these restricted events or NFPs and them. All these big news that hit, I avoid them, period. So yeah, the ECB news today, yeah, saw that. So that we're not going to be looking at. Yeah, so your E positions will definitely be avoiding. It's better that way. You don't get wicked into positions you're not supposed to be in. And I believe there's quite a lot of opportunity with other pairs that we can look at before anything else. Don't worry, guys. I will be doing a bit of a live view where you guys will be able to chat as I'm live. For now, we'll just be relying on the chats, of course. But don't worry, we'll be fine soon enough. I sound familiar. Where do you think I'm from? But anyway, guys, you can drop me a WhatsApp, or you can drop me not a WhatsApp, a Telegram. Master Shifu, master_FX Shifu, or just look at the info on the free Telegram channel,
and then yeah, we can chat from there. But anyway, guys, chat soon. I'm gonna continue doing the analysis, try to pick some pairs that I can find, and then I'll post them, and some won't be posted. But yeah, cheers, guys. Have an awesome day until tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow I'm not gonna have any power outages or anything. Then we can just have our normal stream time at 6 a.m. And then yeah, we'll take it from there. Awesome.
When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find vanity